sir. Good morning.
Good morning to you. So I know we only got a couple minutes here.
Yes.
So if you can take a couple minutes to just tell me what you've got going on, and then I'll see what kind of questions I have for you.
Okay. So my previous work experience was I worked for two biotech companies, and my job was to export stuff to Asia, which is my core expertise.
Mhm.
So in the course of my job, I had to identify certain ingredients and made sure that they work and are backed up by clinical studies. I resigned from my job about a year and a half ago, and I've put up my own company. It's called Veda Biologics. So my first step was to make sure that I get my bread and butter. Okay, so what I did was to export stuff. I create formulas. Like in Asia, the demand is how to make people more lighter skinned. While in Europe, they want people to be, to get a tan and not orange skinned, right? So I work on those markets, and I'm quite successful. So the products reach out to chain store pharmacies, drugstore chains, and the like. So since I got that going, I was thinking of coming up with a product that's designed for the U.S. market. And the first thing that I thought that would make a serious dent in a shortest possible of time is a sleep product. Okay, so my first step was to buy all the stuff that I can get from Amazon and eBay. Okay, and I bought it in different formats, meaning I bought capsules, I bought powders, I bought a liquid shot, and I tried it myself. I gave it also to some friends of mine, and the effect was 100% slept, but our minds were still mentally awake. Okay.
Okay.
So I went back to my drawing board, and then I worked with some custom formulators, and then I gave them my ideas on how to work on this. So I created a concept formula. I gave it to a factory in Vegas, and the owner is an insomniac himself. He said, I would like to personally find out if that thing works. I said, okay, by all means, let's do this. So I gave him a formula that insomnia can be caused by so many causes, but I'd like to be different. I'd like to set apart myself from the rest of the competition. I'd like a product that will focus mainly on a few things that cause insomnia. One, specifically, a little muscle soreness, people who overthink, people with a racing mind, people with too many thoughts. So that is a big market in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I work on specific neurotransmitters in the brain. One is GABA. If you have wrong amounts of GABA, it can actually increase your hyperactiveness in the brain, making it too active. So I put in GABA. I put in natural melatonin. Natural melatonin actually reminds your body that it's nighttime and it's time to sleep. I put L-theanine, which comes from which is a tea extract, so that when you wake up, you feel refreshed. There's no drowsy feeling. You feel so alive when you wake up.
So we got to, because of the time period here that we have, tell me a little bit about where are you right now? Have you already manufactured, or have you done any clinical trials yet?
No.
Kind of where are you?
So there are two. Okay, so I gave samples to insomniacs. 100% of them slept soundly. 100% of them said they did not have any active. They did not have any issue whatsoever. No overthinking. No nothing. Okay, so it worked pretty well. Out of the 10 people, there were two people that said that they had an issue, but it wasn't really an issue. So one lady had insomnia for 14 years, and she says she woke up at about 1:30, thinking it was already 6:30, but went back to sleep, didn't have any problem at all. Okay, and the other one was a woman who woke up at 5:30, thinking it was already 6:30. So I asked her, why do you have to wake up at 6:30? Yes, because I work at 7:15. My place is close to work, but I gotta wake up. And I told her, no, give it time, because we can't just override your circadian rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But she was happy with it because she felt very well rested. So I've completed the formulation part of it. I just gotta tweak the flavor, because the flavor, that's the only thing that I gotta tweak, which is really very minor. And then I want to come up with a sleep shot. And I'd also develop something like a powder. So the powder is for, let's say, the elderly who may have problems swallowing. So it's a quick melt, basically. It's like it's got the sensation of a pop rocks. So it's a very pleasant feeling.
So what's your plan for going through, the traditional regulatory process to get something
Okay.
to market?
It will be produced by a US FDA-compliant factory under cGMP. It will be manufactured in Las Vegas. The two ways that I intend to go about it is, I can either use branded ingredients, okay, which means a higher cost, slightly higher cost, but I can use the branded ingredients in their clinical studies, or and I can also use unbranded ingredients, so I can reach dollar stores. I can reach the lower segment of the market, which is the natural food stores.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Have you done any work to, as far as protection, for example, for your formula?
Uh, no. I am in the process of having the brand name patented. Um, because since I was in the biotech field, it's really very easy to reverse engineer anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either that would be the advantage of having ingredients that are backed up by clinical studies. So you can put up a website, and then you can actually sue people who copy that same formula.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, so the stage you're at now, what are you trying to raise, and what are you going to use those funds for?
Okay, I want to create a website, and the website will be a different kind of website. I want to make it unique. I am about to connect with two popular rappers, and then they will have the plan is for social media influencers, like big time rappers and big time sports people, to endorse the product, put a photo on their Instagram, and then take it viral. Every time that a person clicks on that Instagram post, it will take me back to the website, which does the tracking. So that's one avenue. The second is, my son is a geek, and he knows about algorithms, specifically algorithms of Amazon. So so on Amazon, like if you send a pallet, they do all the fulfillment. Uh, they will charge you fees if your product doesn't sell. So I will take care of that end, making sure that the product is always number one when it comes to rankings.
Okay.
I also want to connect it to specific groups so that it'll be word of mouth advertising. I'd like to work on the aging. Okay, because the problem is that's a big market of the that's a big market segment. People who take Ambien and Lunesta. Even USC FDA has set warnings that if you take Ambien or Lunesta on a regular basis, it may lead to dementia. So that is a big segment of the market. People with Alzheimer's, can be helped so that because if you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting enough time to recover. And if you lack sleep, chances are it will affect your blood glucose levels. Your blood, there will be overactivity, meaning your levels of insulin would go up, deplete your system. It will lead to blood glucose problems. If you have blood glucose problems, your doctor will try to give you more prescription that will lead to possibly failure in failure down the road when it comes to cognitive thinking.
Right. So we're running out of time here, but just one more question. Maybe you can tell me, let's say over the course of the next month or 2 months, what are you going to be doing as far as testing different demographics with larger sample sizes? I know you did the 10 testers so far, but how are you going to spread that out into different demographics and sample size?
I'll be working with a group of people that are insomniacs. I'm basically connected with a healthcare facility. My family is involved in managing group homes for the brain injured, and who all have issues. So I would work on that segment of the market.
Is that the demographic for the product?
People who forget, people who are related to people with Alzheimer's and dementia, that's a big segment of the market. Young people, a lot of these millennials are not getting enough sleep. The people who can't sleep are a major market. People, entrepreneurs who need sleep, people who are thinking about their schedule for the following day, people who are stressed because they have a big deal coming. That addresses a big portion of the market.
Okay. We're out of time, but I got to say, yes, as you continue to test this out and get solid results amongst different demographics, obviously this is a market, and insomniacs will welcome a well-tested product to this market probably very well. So thank you for your time on this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Right.
Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.